Into the broadcast if you are enough. If you are listening to this video, I want you to understand 1,000% why this is unsettling to a lot of people. Why you make people nervous? Why do you make people uncomfortable? It's like sometimes people have to, or they feel like they have to walk on eggshells when they're around you. It's just that essence of power that you throw off in the world. It's that confidence that make a lot of people uncomfortable. But the most unsettling part of you, when you are so chosen and anointed by God, when you make a conscious decision to be quiet, when you're silent, everybody around you don't know how to act. Nobody. Everybody is uncomfortable when a chosen person is quiet. They are. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to think. They don't know what move they need to make. They don't know what they should do. You keeping your mouth closed, that is so unsettling to a lot of people. You cause people to overthink. You cause people to question who they are. You do. You don't do it intentionally, but that's just the kind of aura that God has given you. That's just how you vibrate. The spirit that you have been given, it vibrates so big. It's so powerful to the fact that it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. When you shut down emotionally, when you stop talking, when you stop explaining, when you stop showing that things bother you, people don't know how to act. You have a lot of people unsettled in their spirit because you're not talking. You shut down. You've withdrawn yourself, not just your presence, you've withdrawn your emotions. It was bad when you withdrew your presence, but now that people feel that you have pulled back your emotions, they know that that damage is certain. They know that the damage is done. Anytime a person withdraws their presence and they begin to withdraw emotionally and emotionally detach from you and choose their peace, that person is done. You are so done. You chose your peace and you are going to walk away. You had to walk away. You are going to walk away regardless, even if you didn't know you were going to walk away. When you are chosen of the Lord, there are certain things that God is not going to let his kids stay in. He's not, family. God said he is our refuge. He's our fortress in a time of trouble. And we are to run to him so we can find that safety that we all need. You chose your peace. Think about the peace that you so desperately want. What do you need to do to gain your peace? What do you need to detach from so that you can have peace? Why is it so difficult for you to do what you know you need to do? It's a mentality. It's a way of thinking. It's that trauma that keeps you bonded to people. It's the toxicity that keeps you bonded to people. When you know you shouldn't be with certain people, when you know you shouldn't be a part of people's circle, when you know you shouldn't be in a certain place with certain people, and you make a decision to do that anyway, what keeps you bonded together? It's the toxicity. Sometimes people stay together for the toxicity because they're so addicted to pain. They don't know what a normal and healthy relationship is. So when they leave a toxic, a narcissistic person, and they go toward a person that is healed, that's awkward to them. And you always go back and revert back to things and people that are unhealthy. See, you had to go through these things before you gain access to the door that God has set before you. You know, God is setting a door before you, a good door, a better door, a more excellent, exceeding door with a great reward behind it. But in order for God to allow you to go through that, God had to allow you to make the decisions and suffer the consequences. And this is what has caused so many people in this world to shut down emotionally and to go within. When you are chosen, when you're called of God and you begin to shut down emotionally, I'm for real. When you stop talking, when you stop sharing, when you just want that alone time with you where you used to be in the midst of people and you were good, now that don't feel so good to you. And the people that are around you, that unsettles people's spirit. It ruffles their feathers because they don't know how to take you because you're not talking. You always express how you feel. But a day will come when God will require you to be alone with you. You know, in life, to me, that's probably one of the most hardest things for us to do is to face who we are and to face the heart condition that we have, face the issues. God has to let you get alone with yourself sometimes so you can get over things that you've been carrying for so long. Think about the things you've been carrying for weeks and months and years that you should have dropped along the way, and you carrying it, and you wonder why you can't get from point A to point B. You're wondering why you get knocked back every time you make a step. That's because you're carrying trauma that God said you should have dropped a long time ago. You're carrying weight. You're carrying a burden. You're carrying people. You're carrying things that you were never intended to carry. When you shut down as a chosen person, when you revert to your silence, people that know you, they are not going to know how to act. That makes people nervous. It makes people uncomfortable because they can feel the shift. They can feel something different about you. You can feel when God is getting ready to do something magnificent in your life, when God is getting ready to bring some newness, when God is getting ready to bring great things into your life, you're going to feel the shift before the shaking. Hashtag, I will feel the shift before the shaking. A shift before the shaking. You'll feel it. And you feel that shift in your spirit because it's time for you to change gears. And you couldn't change gears talking. You couldn't. You couldn't change gears explaining, questioning, showing concern where you should have pulled that concern back. So God has to cause a circumstance to get you alone with yourself so you can face yourself, so you can face the facts, so you can face the music, so you can face that demon that you've been carrying. What is that? What does that look like? It may be a heartbreak. It may be unresolved trauma. It might be an unresolved heartbreak. It may be an unresolved trust issue, but you have to deal with it before you can conquer it. If you don't identify it, if you don't acknowledge it and confront it, you'll never be able to conquer it. You got to acknowledge, identify the problem, and you can conquer it, family. Now you're going to be able to conquer what tried to conquer you. Now you're going to be able to rise above the things that tried to break you and keep his foot on your neck. Now you're going to be able to rise above it because now God's going to put you in a season all by yourself. He's not going to let anybody come in and interfere what he's getting ready to do. This is very unsettling to people who are anointed, people who are called and chosen by God. When your inner circle or when your circle period sees you go through a period of silence where you are totally different. You're talking less and you're showing less emotions. They get nervous. They get very uncomfortable because they know there's a change that's going on the inside of you. They know God is doing something on the inside of you, and they don't know how they're going to be affected. They don't know how much they're going to be affected by this change. You know, that's why in life sometimes people don't want you to change because they are thinking, maybe if this person changed, I may not be able to get what I'm getting. If this person changed, if this person grows, if this person matures spiritually, if this person has a spiritual awakening, if God can quicken their spirit, they may not want me around anymore. A lot of people don't want you to change for that reason. A lot of people don't want you to change because changing means you'll leave certain things behind, certain places and certain people. Changing means that may end where somebody's not ready to calling ending. That's why people are nervous when you shut down and you go quiet. You have to be quiet for your own sanity. And when God, before God, gets ready to do a mighty move in your life, you're going to get along with yourself. God will put you on the backside of a desert somewhere, just you and him, you tending sheep, singing, praising, and worship to God, just like David, a little shepherd boy. But he was a king. He was being humble. He was learning how to trust, hear God, obey God. He was learning so many things by himself. When your corner gets too big and it gets too much noise around you, God has a hard time getting to you because the noise will cancel out if you're not keen in hearing the Spirit of the Lord. That's why you got to be by yourself so God can have some time alone with you. When he speaks, you can hear. He's trying to train your hearing. But I'm telling you, people that are around you, they don't like it when you go quiet. They don't like it when you go silent. It unsettles them. It ruffles their feathers. It makes them feel real uncomfortable because they have no idea what you're thinking because you're not expressing it. When you learn to do that, when you learn to not be so expressive, when you learn to shut down your emotions, when you learn to talk less and hear more, that's when you begin to change. That's what's going to make you more powerful when people can't read what you're feeling, read what you're getting ready to do. You are gaining an advantage over your enemies when you talk less and you listen more. When you become less talkative and more quiet, you gain the advantage over the enemy, and he won't be able to get a foothold on you. You've got so many people in their feelings trying to pick and poke and pry answers out of you, and you are being quiet. You're being trained, and you being trained for that very beautiful, amazing thing that God has called you to do. Life is nothing but a classroom of lessons. The testing and the trials we go through with, it only makes us more like Christ. God is going to purge us before he blesses us. That's all God is doing. God said, let me get away that residue. Those of you who have the residue and you still have the stain of the pain of that betrayal, that manipulation, that deception, whatever it is that you've gone through with, God is going to wash that away from you. He's going to wash your mind and your soul and your spirit. He's going to wash the pain of your memory. This is why you're in a season where you're quiet. This is why God will call us sometimes in a season where we are quiet, because God is getting ready to do some of his great works within you. God is definitely going to finish what he started. Don't give up on God. Just be patient. He's not done. Hashtag God is not done with me yet. Thank you, beautiful souls, for giving me your support every day here. Subscribe, like, and share if these videos are helping you at any way, keeping you encouraged and motivated. If it's causing you to have a better relationship with the Lord, like these videos for me and go back and revisit those pre-recorded lives and videos. Jump over to my Instagram at Nikki G. Mccray. Go to the back of the YouTube page, Beautiful Souls. Purchase those products from the links and that Amazon store. Those of you who have your own Amazon store, go purchase that book. But we have some links that we do want you to support. Thank you for sending your PayPals as offerings to this ministry. Don't forget to do it as a gift or donation. Let me say this to you, to those of you, this is in regard to some of my family here on social media. If you do believe in tithing, this is not a debate. The Bible tells us not to debate the word, agree with your adversary quickly. However, if you do believe in tithing, those of you who are asking me, can you send your tithe to this ministry? Your tithing, to those of you who believe in tithing and who know the difference between a tithe and an offering, because a tithe and an offering is different. A tithe is a 10%. Anything after that that you give is an offering. You can give your offering to anybody. However, if you are on a local ministry, if you are on a local leadership, be obedient and send your tithe to your local ministry. Don't send it to me. God will not be pleased with that, family of God. Okay? I love y'all dearly. I'm here to tell you the truth. because I want you to prosper and I want you to be everything God wants you to be. Your blood will not be on my hands. So, to those of you who asked that question, I pray that this question helps you. Those of you who are sending donations, you can do it as a gift. Excuse me, those of you who are sending offerings to this ministry, you can do it as a gift or donation. And there's a description of an address to the P.O. box if you want to send it through the mail. You guys can go ahead and do that there, okay? I want God to continue to bless you. You know, we perish for lack of knowledge. We perish for what we don't know. And the enemy wants to keep you in that state so he can keep a foothold. When you gain knowledge of an area of your life where you didn't have knowledge, you're going to see your whole life open up. Always do things the way God wants you to do it. Always respond in love and always respond with the principles that God put in the Word of God for us. I love you. Until next time, we'll talk later.